Hi plant buddies! So today we'll be doing an unboxing video of some plants that I just got from the mail. This has been in here, it's been in the mail for about, I think, 12 days. So I'm a little bit scared of what it looks like in there. Okay, so far, after being stuck in the mail for 12 days, they all look like they're doing pretty good. These are Aeonium lily pads. Of course, it's not as compact as it was when I first ordered it, but that's just some leaf damage. That's mainly because it's been in the dark box for the past 12 days, but honestly, it's doing a lot better than I thought. It was really well packaged as well. The roots are in there. Really, really nice. So there is the other baby. I'm just carefully taking them out of the box here. Here is the next one. And guys, they, for 12 days being in this box, I'm sorry if I keep repeating that, but they look really, really good. As you can see, there's the undersides, very healthy. Some, a little bit of leaf damage, but that is to be expected when you get succulents from the mail. But they look fantastic. I am they look fantastic. I am so happy with this order. I'm sorry, as I move it around, the camera keeps trying to refocus because it's pretty up close, but they look really, really good. Look at that, the roots are in there. The roots are in there, and they look amazing. Wow. That's all I have to say. Wow, this is probably the best plant mail I have ever gotten. And let's see the next one. Sorry, I'm trying to carefully put the other ones down. This one's a little small, but this one's a little small, but it's still good. I have some leaf damage here. So here are my Aeoniums. After cleaning them up, after unboxing and then cleaning them up, and we will talk care tips as I repot them. So I have my pot of soil here ready for my Aeoniums to be planted. And this is the same mix as I use for all my other succulents, so gritty and well draining. And I will just talk some Aeonium care tips as I unpot. So when you receive your succulents in the mail, how long do you wait to repot them? If they came in good condition like mine did, properly air dried before they mailed it out, everything was nice and dry. There are no mushy leaves. Stems are completely healthy. No signs of rot. These marks here, guys, for Aeoniums, all Aeoniums do bruise very easily. So do not get mad if your Aeoniums come in the mail and some of the leaves look like this and they have some bruising. That is completely normal. They get hit or squashed a little bit. They do bruise very easily. Unlike other succulents, they are a little bit more sensitive to that. So I washed all the soil off the roots of this, and then I let them sit out for a good 2 days to dry out before repotting them. And today, 48 hours later, I am now repotting. So best time, if you've never taken care of Aeoniums before, the growing season for Aeoniums is winter, when the weather cools off. They do go dormant in the summer. They go to sleep. So most likely they will not root, or they will take a little bit longer to root than if they are planted, you know, starting in the fall when the weather is cooling off. I do live in a hot and humid tropical climate. So, you know, now that the rainy season has come and the weather has been cooling off a little bit, it is now safe for me to plant Aeoniums even if they don't have much roots. Now, Aeonium cuttings, I wouldn't really suggest you getting if you do live in a hot tropical climate like I do. If you don't, you know, if you have a fall, if you have the 4 seasons, then, you know, go right ahead, plant them in the fall, and Aeoniums will root just fine for you. But for me, I do have a little bit of a difficulty rooting Aeonium cuttings, so I always opt for Aeoniums that can be sent to me bare root or already planted and rooted. They do not, Aeonium lily pads in particular, not all Aeoniums, but this particular Aeonium does not necessarily like direct sunlight, or the leaves will sunburn very easily. It likes to be in filtered sun, or just morning sun and then filtered afternoon sunlight. It prefers that type of environment over, you know, the sun directly right on them, compared to the other Aeoniums. And they are pretty easy to care for. But you know, if you do live in a climate where it is pretty hot, they would be best grown indoors where it is cooler with air conditioning and grow lights. They grow perfectly fine under grow lights. Mine do grow under grow lights for Aeoniums that I take care of, because they can go outside around November, December, maybe even October, but they do have a little difficulty, and I do lose a lot of bottom leaves, and they don't grow much because it is just way too hot outside for me here. But typically, like I said, if you do have 4 seasons, best time to plant them is the start of fall. I wanted to show you guys an example for those of you who live in hot climates like I do. It was labeled as Aeonium Zwartkop, so I'm not exactly sure yet exactly what it is, but I did receive this as a cutting. I put it under my grow lights, and I did not water it until it started rooting. Now, I got this Aeonium 3 months ago. It just grew roots, one single root 2 weeks ago, and I finally started watering it, and it stopped shedding leaves, and it is now receiving water. As you can see, there's some green there, meaning it's waking up, and it is now showing signs of growth because it now has roots to receive water. But it takes that long, guys, for Aeoniums to root in a very hot and tropical climate. So, you know, if you do want to care for them, it is possible to care for them in a hot climate, but it is a little bit difficult, and you may need to supplement them with grow lights, and they are happy to grow under that. I put them outside when it gets a little bit cooler, but then, you know, as soon as the weather starts hitting like around 82, I do bring them indoors. I either put them by the brightest window inside of my house, or for the most part they do grow under grow lights. I mean, I love them. It is not really advisable to grow them in my climate, but you know, when you love succulents as much as I do, you kind of take the challenge, you accept it, just to see if you can do it. And you know, I've been able to do it. I actually rooted an Aeonium cutting. It took 3 months, but I made it happen, and now it's growing, and hopefully, you know, that small Aeonium can grow, even if it's a little bit slower than if I was to say to live in like California. But that's okay, as long as I know that I can grow them, I will accept that, and I am completely happy with that. Guys, I also put them, my Aeoniums here, I also put them in terracotta pots, because I just want to make sure that the soil does dry out right away after I watered them. Am I going to water them right away? No. Why? Because those roots that they came with, I'm going to show you right now. These roots that they came with, these are very dry, and I'm going to have to wait for those roots to regenerate new roots until, and until then, I'm not going to water these Aeoniums at all. So I'm probably going to check them in about 2 months to see if they have rooted, and until they do have new white roots, until I see new white roots, I will not water these succulents. That's just my way of growing succulents that I receive from the mail or as cuttings. Never water, guys, never water until your succulent has rooted. Now, if you buy them rooted, you know, from a nursery in the soil, then yeah, that's fine. Water them when they need water, when the soil is dry and, you know, bottom leaves are drying up and wilting and they need water, okay. But for succulents that you do receive in the mail bare root, and it's pretty, you know, you look at the roots, it's pretty obvious that the roots are dry and they're not going to take in water anytime soon, you can go ahead and pot them, but do not water them until they grow new roots. You will lose some bottom leaves. There is no problem with that. But if you do, you know, if you do decide to water and there's no roots to take it in and the soil doesn't dry up, you do risk your succulent rotting. You know, they can die from stem rot, and it's happened to me before when I was a beginner at growing succulents, and I learned my lesson from that. There is no harm in losing a few bottom leaves. Don't worry about it. Succulents can handle it. They will grow new roots and search for water, and then, you know, when that happens, then you can water it, and those leaves that you lose, they will be replaced by new leaves up at the top. If you can see, it's really white in the middle, right? I have removed some leaves in the middle. It's not as nice as it was when I first unboxed them, because I did find 2 like little caterpillars, and they were the exact same color as the leaves, guys. It was so hard to see. I had to find them. I found 2, so hopefully that's it. And it did eat up some of the leaves, and those are the holes that you see here. It did eat it up, so I made sure to check all the leaves, clean everything up. This kind of broke off, so I will restart that as a cutting. I will just plant it here for now, only because I'm not going to water the soil anytime soon anyway, but I'm going to put that in a separate planter because that will probably take a little bit longer to root. The other ones already have some roots, so those are going to regenerate new roots a lot sooner than a cutting. So yeah, these are now all my succulents, all my Aeonium lily pads repotted. I hope that this video helped you guys somehow, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, to any of you who want to care for Aeonium lily pads, they are one of the easiest succulents to take care of. So, you know, go for it. Like I said, if you have the 4 seasons, this is soon. It's still a little bit hot now in the States, but soon when the fall comes and the weather starts to get cooler again, it is the perfect time to plant them and grow them. If you do live in a hot tropical climate like I do, consider buying grow lights so you can grow them indoors. It's really nice to look at them every day. So, you know, there are a lot of cheap grow lights on Amazon that you can buy, and like I said, any succulent that you want to try to grow, you know, try it out. If you can do it, you can do it. There's no harm. There's no harm in trying it all. Just maybe don't get as much as I have here. I'm pretty confident that I can grow them because I did try with 2 other kinds and they were completely fine. So I hope this video helped you guys somehow. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is Christine from the Succulent Buddies. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.